6'2" forward from Toronto, Canada. And here are the lineups for West Coast Academy. A 5'8" guard from Russia, number 1, Anna Nick. A 5'8" guard from Russia, Paulina Nick. A 5'10" small forward from Montenegro, number 13, Anissa Gatsberg.
All right, Anissa.
A 6'1" center from Congo, number 15, Grace Tabuda. A 5'8" guard from Orlando, Florida, number 2, Marisha Collins.
And we welcome you into the DME Sports Academy here in Daytona Beach for the first of 4 games today. As we start on the girls' side with the SIAA semifinal matchups, and it's West Oaks getting on the scoreboard first with Kambundi laying it in. Now they get a steal on the full court press, and the girl that they simply just call Nick from Russia with the lay-in. That's Anna Nikolakina, one of 2 sisters from Russia on this West Oaks team as they get the poke in the defensive end. That's Paulina Nick, the sister of Anna. And suddenly it's already a 4-0 lead for West Oaks, 29 seconds in. There's the Rock inbounding. They wear the Reds out of Gainesville, and they turn it over on their first true half-court possession on the offensive end. A slow start for the Rock, who enters on a 3-game winning streak trying to keep their season alive. Coached by Craig Boston his first year, getting our second look at the Rock this year. They were in town earlier this winter to take on DME, the hosting team. And we'll see the DME girls, coached by Michael Panaggio, coming up in the next half of our girls doubleheader prior to the 2 matchups on the men's side. The jump ball here will give it over to the Rock. West Oaks, on the other hand, coached by Eric Atkins. They hail from the Orlando area, more specifically Mims, Florida. And these 2 teams playing for their lives. In terms of the 2017-2018 season, winner will advance to tomorrow's championship. The Rock trying to get on the scoreboard. The drive to the hoop, the lefty laying off the glass is good for Riley Guzman, getting her team on the board. She's the second leading scorer this year for the Rock, averaging 14 points per game. And she strikes first today. Nice pick and roll, but unable to finish the layup was Kambundi for West Oaks, who already had a layup earlier. And the Rock will slow things down with Riley Guzman bringing it up, wearing number 23. She's only bested by her teammate Adeyeye, number 25, who averages better than a double-double per game. A foul called, and we'll get our first free throws as Riley Guzman went right to the hoop, no one able to stop her. Riley Guzman, a 59% free throw shooter this year. And already we'll have a stoppage here in play, just about 95 seconds in. It's an early 4-2 lead as we reset things here with West Oaks holding the early lead. They're in the, we'll call them gold jerseys for lack of a better term. And the Rock in the red uniforms here for our first of 4 games on the live stream from DME Sports Academy. The first 2 being the 2 semifinal matchups on the women's side of things in the SIAA tournament. And then the nightcap will be the men's side. With the 2 semifinal matchups there, the hosting DME girls will play in the next game. And the DME boys will be in action later on tonight with, of course, the winners meeting in tomorrow's championships here as DME Sports Academy proud and honored to host the SIAA tournament for the 2nd straight season. Free throw no good. Out of the timeout for Riley Guzman on the Rock side. The Rock, they were here last year in the SIAA quarterfinals. Did not see West Oaks. It's the second free throw, also no good. Put back, banked in by Adeyeye to tie the game at 4. She averages 16 points and how about 18 rebounds a game. for the 6'2 senior, originally from Canada. Adeyeye, the leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading shot blocker, averaging better than 3 a game. She does it all for Coach Bost. Here's Riley Guzman running the offense for the Rock, all tied at 4. Just 2 minutes and change gone by here in our first of 4 semifinal games today, and there's a turnover against Riley Guzman, a 5-second violation as she did not advance towards the hoop quick enough. And the Rock with its latest turnover here in the early going. Here's Tanner Bosch. She'll run, it's Paulina Nicolakina running the offense for West Oaks. 3-pointer from the corner. Off the mark for Martinez, but West Oaks keeps the rebound. Paulina dribbling up top will reset the offense. Shot clock is in play. Nick still at the top of the key. Starts to creep towards the basket. Cross-court pass. And a mid-range jumper falls for Gracevich. West Oaks taking the lead back up 6-4, about 3 minutes in. The full-court press stays on for West Oaks. It's already given some issues to the Rock. Falling in the backcourt's Riley Guzman, and we'll get our second foul of the game, both charged to West Oaks here in the early going. So the Rock will try the press breaker again. Able to get it over midcourt despite a near turnover. And there is a turnover. A travel on the 8th grader Tanner Bost, who was, as a 7th grader, part of this team for the Rock that appeared here this time a year ago for the SIAA semifinals. Her father, Craig, the coach now of the Rock, and her sister, Tommy, is one of the better players on the team, both in the starting lineup for the Rock. Here's a drive and a kick for Paulina. She dumps it to the foul line where the mid-range jumper falls. West Oaks getting whatever they want offensively. They lead 8-4. Back to the 1-2-1-1 press. They trap in the corners. Riley Guzman in trouble, has to get it away to Adeyeye to break the pressure. Here goes Adeyeye. Like a steam engine, she can hit the pull-up. Gets her own rebound. One of many she'll haul in today. And finds Riley Guzman out on the perimeter for the reset. Now Riley Guzman in trouble, gets it away to Young. And a jump ball call that will send it back to West Oaks. Our second jump of the game and the latest of a handful of turnovers already for the Rock. West Oaks with the early 8-4 lead, not even 4 minutes into the semifinal matchup. And a quick start for the team from Mims, Florida, trying to advance to tomorrow's championship here in Daytona Beach. Gracevich with the pull-up jumper. That will rattle in. It's a 6-point lead for West Oaks.
That was impressive.
West Oaks here in the early going, getting whatever they want offensively. 5 field goals in about 4 minutes and almost another steal on this full-court press, but a foul called instead.
You know, it looks like West Oaks is trying to speed the game up, but just feel their guards have a huge advantage.
And so far, so good. They've gotten a couple of steals off that 1-2-1-1 full-court pressure. They've gotten a couple of easy back baskets as well off of it. As the Rock turning it over off the inbounds players on the floor for the tie-up. Our third jump ball will keep it here at the Rock.
My country accent got you there, didn't it?
Contagious, I suppose.
Well, it has a habit of being that.
So the Rock will inbound in their half court. And Riley Guzman able to save a backcourt violation.
Didn't hear any coaches complaining, so it must not have been backcourt.
If the other coach doesn't say anything, then you can let it go. Riley Guzman missed the runner on the baseline, and here comes Paulina in transition. Dishes to her sister, and Anna finishes it off the glass.
It's almost like they're kin out there.
I'm sure they're used to playing with one another.
Well, that was a great move.
And they give West Oaks an 8-point lead 5 minutes in. After Anna gets the basket, then the deflection on the defensive end, and already our second timeout from the Rock as they try to settle things on the offensive end against this pressure. They have 4 points in the opening 5 minutes and already trail by 8 in almost a blink of an eye.
You know, the Rock had a lot of momentum coming into this state tournament. They went to Tennessee last week and won the NACA Division II national tournament there in Tennessee. So great momentum coming in.
And to this point, West Oaks has halted any momentum that the Rock rode into this one. West Oaks with the 12-4 lead. They're about 5 minutes in and out to the quick start against the Rock, who, as mentioned, saw here last year in this tournament in Daytona Beach and trying to get to the championship tomorrow afternoon.
Well, you know, if you're the Rock coaching staff, you're over there saying, you know, let's get back in this thing one possession at a time. If you're Coach Atkins over for West Oaks, sure, you're just talking about let's build on this lead and be able to play a few subs and save some legs.
The Rock will inbound following the timeout. We've already had 2 of them as they try to get their legs underneath them here in the early stages of this semifinal matchup. Basta inbound. Gets it over to Riley Guzman, who is the point guard for this team. Maybe got away with a carry and instead gets an offensive foul that will turn it over.
Coach Atkins really wanted to carry there, but I think he'll take the other call.
First foul of the game against the Rock gives it over to West Oaks one way or another. And they have a chance to push their lead to double digits in the opening stanza.
A lot of screens being set in the paint there.
Leads to a pass inside to Gracevic, but she was off balance and threw it away. There's the 8th grader Tanner Bost up ahead, breaking the pressure to Riley Guzman. That was Williams. Who now gives to Adeyeye, the leading scorer. Taking on the whole defense, she got knocked down, traveled with it. Another turnover for the Rock.
You know, that was a small crack there. Not sure where she was looking to go. Boy, she's had a decorated career at the Rock. Very, very strong career there at the Rock.
Averaging 16 points and 18 rebounds per game this year. There's a three-pointer on the West Oaks side of things with Gracevic knocking down another basket, and it's an 11-point lead.
You know, I don't know much about West Oaks, but they sure do like tape. Every girl out there's got nice tape on. I hate to know what that tape budget was.
Adding some color to the matchup.
Absolutely.
A foul on the putback for who else but Adeyeye. She'll head to the line for a pair.
Coach Atkins not happy with the rebounding of his team. Well, I tell you what, he kind of flexed over there. Guy works out a little bit. Coach Atkins, great guy.
I'm sure most coaches on the other side of Adeyeye and the Rock are frustrated with the rebounding. As she knocks down the free throw. She is a force inside on the glass.
I wonder if Coach Atkins called the referees and asked them if they want a match today. Everybody's very similar out there. It's a good stroke right here at the free throw line. Really good stroke. Ball spins backwards nicely.
And Adeyeye knocks them both down from the free throw line. The Rock back on the scoreboard for the first time in quite some time. It started out as a 4-4 game, and the West Oaks rallied off a 10-0 run before those free throws. The Rock now within 8 points. Just 6 minutes into the first half of this one. The first of 4 games here from Daytona tonight, all streamed right here, however you're watching this matchup. There's a three-pointer off the mark for Nicole Aquino, but West Oaks able to keep it. From sister to sister, these two sisters from from Russia.
You know, the pressure seems to bother them a little bit. When people get up and pressure them, it looks like they struggled a little bit there. It's kind of surprising.
They turned it over against that pressure from the Rock. And now a chance for points on back-to-back possessions for the first time. Instead, the post-entry pass gets deflected over to Chairs, who couldn't knock down the jumper. A leak out for Polina. All by herself, she lays it in for the 10-point lead.
Good run out. Good rebound, good throw ahead.
Easiest basket of the night for West Oaks. They're up 16-6, just less than 11 to play in the opening half. And a foul call as Riley Guzman was driving the lane. That's already 5 fouls on West Oaks. So that aggression on the defensive end has led to some steals, but also some fouls as well.
Three-pointer.
Halfway down for Riley Guzman. Adeyeye doing what she does, getting 2 offensive rebounds, but couldn't finish either.
Great battle down there. Great battle.
Another leak out for Polina. This time a contested shot that couldn't be banked in. Offensive rebound, and the three for Anna Nick. West Oaks coming out on fire. They lead 19-6, not even midway through this first half.
Looks like a little 1-2-2 zone here.
Well, they back off from the 1-2-1-1 press, picking up in the front court. Chairs almost had it stolen away. Now she can't handle the pass inside, but it was deflected out of bounds by West Oaks. The Rock will inbound with only 7 to shoot. A lob pass up top to Riley Guzman into the lane, bobbling to the rim. She traveled with it.
You know, I felt like right there, I felt like she was really trying to force something there and didn't have to.
We've seen that a few times from the Rock. With the slow start offensively, it seems like a few players may be pressing a little bit here in the early going on that end of the floor.
Looks like we got a little deny there.
Yeah, run a four corners offense for West Oaks already in the first half with a 14-point lead. Shot clock to single digits. Now they start to go, and it leads to a three-pointer for Gracevich, her second of the game. West Oaks getting anything they want. They're up 17. Riley Guzman trying to go inside. The pass was kicked by Anna Nick. And so the Rock will inbound with now, they'll reset the shot clock to 20 because of the kicked basketball.
You know, if I'm the Rock right now, I'm thinking, let's just try to get this thing to 10. If we can get it to 10 going into half, I feel like you got a chance to come out, maybe make some adjustments. Maybe West Oaks cools off.
You would imagine so, as the three-pointer is no good for Williams.
Needed that one to go in. That would have been big.
They at least keep the basketball, the offensive rebound. Turnaround jumper for Chairs couldn't be banked. And here comes West Oaks. Polina Nick with the drive and kick.
Hardest shot in basketball, the 12-foot jump shot.
And it was airballed by Leclerc, who then was fighting for the rebound, forced a jump ball, and that should, well, they're going to say the Rock. Thought it went the Rock's way last time, but already with a handful of jump balls today, it's tough to keep track, and the Rock will get the basketball down 17.
But once again, no coach said anything. Got to be the right call.
I imagine so.
No coach says anything, it's right. Oh, here we go. We're going to run two at the ball.
And a bump and a foul at midcourt committed by Rachel Leclerc.
If you're Coach Atkins there, you try to come out with a little sneak a peek, a little surprise there, and run out there and foul somebody. Not what he wanted to see right there.
Well, they're throwing the kitchen sink at the Rock on this end of the floor. Already have ran about 4 different defensive schemes here in the first half, and they get a steal inside with Kabundi pulling away the post entry pass. Getting all the way to the rim for the layup is Polina Nick.
Strong move right there. Strong move.
A 19-point lead for West Oaks. They have 25 points in less than 10 minutes.
You know, watching her push the basketball out in front is pretty impressive in the open floor.
Dangerous.
Good ball movement. Oh, we got a foul there.
And that could be exactly what the Rock needs. Tanner Boss fouled on a three-point try from Polina Nick, who otherwise has been splendid tonight, and 3 free throws upcoming for the 8th grader.
Well, I think anytime you come across the body on a three-point shot, instinct referee's probably going to blow his whistle. Coach Atkins wasn't really happy about it, but didn't give too much of an argument there.
And Boss drains the first. That's been all free throws of late for the Rock. They haven't had a field goal in about 8 minutes. But since then, they have had, to this point, 3 free throws, and they'll stay that way as Tanner Boss rims the second.
They've had some good looks. Can't argue the looks they've had. If you're Coach Boss, you're pleased with what looks you've got, and just got to see the ball go through the net.
Boss makes 2 of 3. The Rock may be waiting for a bit of a regression to the mean for West Oaks. And on the other side, an improvement to the mean for the Rock as they've come out cold while West Oaks has been on fire. There's another 3, this time unable to connect from the corner is Epps. 25-8, West Oaks leads. Less than 8 to play until intermission. Boss bouncing in the lane. Jumper off the side of the rim for Young. Now the Rock just can't buy a basket right now. Anna Nick with the three-pointer, knocks down the triple. Well, it's at least 5 3-pointers for West Oaks by my unofficial count here in the first half, and they've opened up a 20-point lead.
Well, they really like the three-pointer, don't they?
So far, and
there we go.
on the other end, Tanner Boss with her 33rd three of the year.
That's what the Rock needed right there. Maybe that'll get them going.
Their first field goal in about 9 minutes makes it a 17-point deficit for the team from Gainesville.
Ball movement.
They work around the horn. Three-pointer off the mark for once.
That may be the first one
Gracevic.
she's missed.
Had 2 makes earlier, plus a 2-point jumper from the corner. West Oaks will now reset with Anna Nick.
Felt like I'm at a North Carolina game. Coach Atkins calling 4 corners. Dean Smith back in the building. There we go.
A carry called on the drive into the lane from Anna Nick. And a rare turnover for West Oaks gives it back to the Rock as they try to cut further into this current 17-point deficit.
Like I said, I think the goal for the Rock is you just got to get it to 10. You know, big difference here, though, is, you know, West Oaks has had to sub a little bit, so we get a chance to see what the bench is like there.
Boss with a nice pass inside to Chairs after a bobble. Now she has it ripped away. A jump ball called. Well, it looked like one ref was calling a jump. I think the other may have issued a 3 in the key. Either way, it's going over to West Oaks. And the Rock turns it over once more. .6:15 to go, first half. 28-11 is the lead. Tracking down the loose ball is Anna Nick. Up top it goes for Leclerc, who misses the 3. Now West Oaks cooling a little bit from beyond the arc.
Yeah, my only question for the Rock would be right now is your best players on the bench right now with their second, you know, reserves in. I think we need to be looking, if I'm the Rock, to capitalize on that.
Foul call out on the perimeter when Kiera Young was essentially dead to rights, picked up her dribble, was pivoting, looking for a teammate, and West Oaks just pressuring too tightly. That's going to lead to a 1-on-1 try.
Two big free throws here. Notice the foul count, 8-1. Got to start playing with your feet. Can't afford to just give 3 points away.
And for the Rock, trailing by 17, they have to try to take advantage of these free throws here over the last 5:49.
Coach Boss must have heard me over here. He instantly went back.
Young gets the first.
Have they missed a free throw yet?
They have missed one.
They missed one.
Tanner Boss missed one of her 3. Otherwise, 5 of 6 so far.
Well, I jinxed her. It's my fault.
Broadcaster jinx. I know it all too well. It's a 28-12 lead for West Oaks. 5:40 left first half.
Coach Atkins with the tribute to North Carolina again, 4 corners.
And so far, West Oaks has shot it like Michael Jordan, too. Anna Nick looking for something that wasn't there, threw it right to Riley Guzman for the turnover.
You know, I think she saw back cut there. Minus, turnover, open floor. Watch this, push it out in front.
Oh, a nice adjustment, but unable to finish was Paulina Nick. Gets her own rebound, and she'll pull it out. And now West Oaks will go back to the slowdown.
Very athletic move there.
Yeah, these two sisters from Russia have looked very good today. A couple of athletic guards for West Oaks. There's a three-pointer for Perry. Everybody getting in on the fun for West Oaks. They lead 31-12.
West Oaks guys team's excited. And reach-in foul.
Anna Nicolakino with the reach. That will lead to another one-on-one try for the Rock. This time it will be Riley Guzman.
You know, she's over there like Coach Atkins. Look, I made a 3. What more do you want from me? I made 3. She's going to go make 2 free throws. I win by 1. Life's good, Coach.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Not a bad trade, especially when you're already up 19.
Yep. Coach Atkins still isn't happy, though.
Riley Guzman with a free throw. She's second on the team in scoring, averaging 14 points a game. But a slow start like essentially all of her teammates so far today.
Nice stroke there.
Second rims out.
Ooh.
And a jump ball call as Kabundi fell to the floor for West Oaks. Got tied up with, it looks like, Adeyeye. And so it's going to go over to West Oaks. They lead 31-13 with 4:36 to go in the opening half.
Looks like they're going to go man now.
And it leads to a turnover. The Rock not allowing West Oaks to just hold the basketball as long as they want. And with some pressure, forcing a turnover. And the Rock turning it right back. Stolen away by Polina Nick for West Oaks. Here comes Gracevich up to the floor. They'll slow it down in the front court. Pull-up jumper for Gracevich. That's her third three. A hat trick for the West Oaks guard.
I don't even know why she bothers watching the ball anymore. I just turn around and run to the other end.
She's been that hot so far to start from beyond the arc. It's a 34-13 lead for West Oaks.
Might have gotten away with footsteps there.
The teardrop couldn't go for Williams. A jump ball on the rebound will keep it here. The winner of this matchup will take on the winner of our next game, DME against Potter's House, in tomorrow's championship. And right now it's West Oaks leading by 21. The first of 4 SIAA semifinal matchups here tonight, all streamed live from the DME Sports Academy in Daytona Beach. Off the inbounds pass, deflected, out of bounds by Polina Nikolakina, and the Rock will try it from the sideline. Williams to Riley Guzman. Getting to the hoop but couldn't finish. Rebound, put back no good for Adeyeye, and the Rock ice cold right now from the floor.
Well, she's had about 3 of those that'll go in and out.
Boston inbound again. Fies Young at the foul line. The Rainmaker couldn't go. Rebounded by Gracevich.
Open floor.
Polina Nick likes to run the court. She gets the finish with the foul.
Great push right there. Great push.
A whole lot of fast break points tonight for West Oaks. It's helped them build this lead to now 36-13 with a free throw upcoming. And Polina makes it a three-point play. 37-13, West Oaks out in front with 3:20 to play in the first half. Ali Guzman into the corner for Bost. Fakes the three, a deep 2 instead, rims off. But the rebound pulled away by the Rock. Riley Guzman couldn't finish the second effort, and now she knocks the pass out of bounds in the backcourt. West Oaks will send Janae Epps back in. She receives the inbounds, and Gracevich will bring it up for West Oaks. With both Nikolakina sisters on the bench for West Oaks with the current 24-point advantage. Three-pointer never got to the rim there from Esmeri Martinez.
She felt good about it, though. Didn't hesitate. That's what I like. 3, 2, 1, let it fly.
And the pass going out of bounds, sailing out of the hands of Chase Williams, trying to feed it inside to Adeyeye, but threw it well too high for the turnover. Pass deflected out of bounds as Epps was trying to feed the post for Kabundi. West Oaks will inbound, 21 on the shot clock. Epps to get it in from the baseline. Martinez from the wing, pull-up jumper off the front of the rim. And a tie-up on the rebound that will keep it here as Epps got her hands in there amongst the hands of Kiara Young. Off the inbounds. This time, Gracevich no good from the perimeter. And Bost will push the other way for the Rock as they trail by 24. Pass up ahead to Riley Guzman. Lobs into the post out of Yeye. Turns and fires to Young. Ball movement gets it to Bost. She can't hit the corner three. Riley Guzman with the offensive rebound.
Oh,
and she has it stolen away by Leclerc.
Good pass there.
Williams traveled.
Right call. Right call.
Came with a bit of a delay, but the proper call made, and West Oaks turns it over. 37-13 is the lead for West Oaks with 100 seconds left in the first half. Adeyeye doubled inside, lost the pass, stolen by Epps.
I'll tell you, West Oaks, wow, could have been a foul there.
Adeyeye with the block.
Could have been a foul there. Well, West Oaks does such a good job of pushing the ball on the open floor, finding who they're looking for. Great pass.
Riley Guzman open for three. Now she gets fouled. After she released the shot, Janae Epps late to the spot knocked her down, and it's the second time a three-point jump shooter has been fouled for the Rock. 1:10 left first half. The Rock down 24, and Riley Guzman at the line for a trio. When it occurred the first time, it was Tanner Bost who made 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Riley Guzman makes the first 2.
So if you're Coach Bost and you got to walk in at halftime and find a positive from the first half, what is it?
Good question. Maybe just the free throw shooting.
I think you're pleased you've gotten to the line. They've had some good looks. They just need the ball to fall.
And they've drawn double-digit fouls on West Oaks. We don't have any sort of statistics, but the field goal percentage certainly not good for the Rock. There's a travel violation issued against West Oaks. Final minute of the first half, 21-point lead for West Oaks. Riley Guzman trying another 3, short. Rebounded by West Oaks.
Good throw ahead.
Epps from the corner, and she knocks down the 3.
I think she has 2 for her, isn't it?
I believe so. And probably about 8 threes for the team. Final 30 seconds.
Epps is asking the coach to give her the green light. Coach, I need more of a green light. She's wanting the fluorescent light.
Riley Guzman has it stolen away in the lane. Ball still loose. Final 10 seconds. The Rock gets it back. Here's Riley Guzman. 5 seconds.
Great
driving
kick.
the lane. Kicking a Bost. The 3. Good. A big bucket for the Rock. 3 seconds left. The half-court heave. Gracevich can't get it to go, and West Oaks will settle for a 21-point lead at intermission, leading the Rock 40-19. An excellent opening 18 minutes for West Oaks. The Rock able to cut into the deficit a little bit there late in the first half, but I imagine Eric Atkins will be pleased with the 21-point lead here at the midway point.
You know, I think he's trying to do a good job now of resting players for tomorrow's potential championship if the lead holds up. So he's playing as much for tomorrow as he is for now. I think if you're Coach Bost, you just walk in and say, guys, we're making the right pass, because they are. We just need the ball to go in the hole, and then let's see what happens. But But you got to give credit to West Oaks. They came in, shot it well. You know, not nervous about the stage, not nervous about the state semis. You know, doing what they're supposed to do.
Trailing 40-19 at the half is the Rock, and as you mentioned, just hoping or needing some of those shots to fall because they got some good looks, but very cold from the floor in the first half. Any other adjustments you try to make, or you just hope to get hot offensively?
That's all you can do is if you're the Rock, you've kind of now got to get out of your comfort zone. You may have to press a little bit, maybe make the game a little faster, and you just got to hope a shot falls. But what I want to do is I want to preview the next game.
Absolutely.
I think the next game has the makings to be phenomenal. Not taking anything away from this game, but Potter's House comes in with a Tony Bannister, their coach, unbelievable past, great teams every year. This year has ran into some challenges, I guess, with injury and stuff like that. So their record's not as dominant, but DME first-year program. What a great semi we've got in store. And, Potter's House wants to press and play fast, and DME kind of wants to play at a medium pace. So, Potter's House has won, I think, 4 or 5 state championships in a row. Wow. That has the makings to be a great game.
And
really excited.
They're coming in here to DME where, as you mentioned, they're playing DME, the hosting team that will take on Potter's House in our next matchup coming up shortly after the conclusion of the first of 4 games here tonight in Daytona Beach. And we're looking forward to that matchup for a number of reasons coming up between DME and Potter's House. And also looking forward to the second half of this first game with West Oaks leading the Rock 40-19. We'll get into this matchup more. We'll break down that second game as well as we move along. Here at the half, it's a 21-point lead for West Oaks. We'll step aside for about 5 minutes, come back with the second half with West Oaks trying to advance to tomorrow's championship here in Daytona. Stay tuned for the second half right here on the live stream from the DME Sports Academy in Daytona Beach, coming up in about 5 minutes. And we're ready for the second half here at the DME Sports Academy in Daytona Beach, where West Oaks leads the Rock 40-19. West Oaks 18 minutes away from advancing to the SIAA Championship here tomorrow evening. The Rock with the basketball first. They're in the red uniforms, trailing by 21. Here's Adeyeye, their leading scorer, turning it over inside. And the Rock beginning the second half much like they finished the first. The two teams have switched sides. Now West Oaks, who shot lights out in the opening half, will get its first crack of the offensive end. Starting five back out there for Coach Atkins, including the two sisters, the Nikolakina sisters out of Russia. Top players on this team. They're working together here as Polina drives down the lane, kicked it out for a traveling call against Leclerc. And each team with a turnover on its opening possession. And West Oaks immediately back into that full court pressure, trying to trap around midcourt here to start the second half. And there is a steal at midcourt. It's pulled away by Leclerc. Here's Anna Nick, three-pointer, rims in and out, but the putback dry. Too strong over the rim for Kabundi, and the Rock clears it with Tanner Bost. Riley Guzman, who had a very modest first half like the Rock as a whole, gets it to Adeyeye, driving to the rim, finishes with the window.
You know, anytime you get her one-on-one, you got to throw the ball to her. Anytime she gets one-on-one, got to throw it to her. Great possession there. Got to get out and guard her.
First points of the second half. There's a missed three, but getting her own rebound is Gracevich. West Oaks will inbound into their own basket, leading 40-21, about 2 minutes into the second half.
I love the universal coach language. Wake up. Coach, it's 6 o'clock at night. I've had 3 meals. Coach, I'm here.
They looked wide awake in the first half. There's a steal from Riley Guzman.
Well, great Euro there. Good footwork, good basket.
Now look out, here comes the Rock. Back-to-back baskets. They're within 17 points with still plenty of time left. 16 minutes to go in the second half. Just underway. Here's Polina getting all the way to the hoop for the finish.
Great move there off the ball screen. Good job finishing. Team needed a basket. Good leadership.
She has made it look easy tonight, and she gives West Oaks its first basket of the second half. Corner three. Air ball for Williams. It goes out of bounds off of Adeyeye, and West Oaks will have it.
You know, but what I will say about Rock's point guard is she does a good job of finding the right pass, and she's a competitor. I like that. I like that. Enjoy watching her play.
Polina, Nikolakina bringing it up for West Oaks.
Reads the ball screen.
To Gracevich, trying for three, short. Offensive rebound by West Oaks. Gracevich now looking to drive to Polina Nick. Williams, corner three, banked in from a weird angle. They're going to say it's a two. Her foot was on the line.
You know, she's probably practiced that shot 100 times.
Yeah, I don't know how many of those she would make out of 100 tries.
Be a great horse shot. I'd still be out there. They'd have to roll the rack out there for me.
There's a reaching in foul for Polina Nick. West Oaks was in double digits in the foul column in the first half. There's their first foul of the second half.
Coach Atkins may take his team back tonight and do nothing but defensive drills with towels behind them because they have fouled a lot. If they foul this much tomorrow, I sense trouble, not only from foul trouble, but also putting the other team at the free throw line.
And the Rock warming up offensively in the second half. They get back within 19, 14 and a half to go.
Remember we talked about halftime having to extend the pressure a little bit? That's what they're having to do now, and they force a turnover. Martinez
didn't watch the pass in. It squeaked through her hands out of bounds. West Oaks with the turnover. The Rock trying to get back to the championship for the second straight year. Last season, falling to Potter's House by 6 in the championship game. We'll get a look at Potter's House in our next matchup against DME. And the Rock hoping to make it back to the big game tomorrow as Bost had it knocked out of bounds, so the Rock will inbound at 16 to shoot out at midcourt.
West Oaks looks to they're going to switch ball screens.
Riley Guzman looking inside. Cross-court pass gets deflected out of bounds. Quick hands from Leclerc. There's only 1 second left on the shot clock. And a timeout taken, a 30-second timeout by West Oaks. That will allow the Rock to draw something up with only 1 second to work with, trailing 44-25 with 13:54 to go in this one.
I still think the number's 10. 10 with 8 to play. With the shot clock, you give yourself a chance. Right now, if you're Coach Bost, you're reminding your kids that, one possession at a time, keep playing, keep scrapping, and 1 second on the shot clock. Boy, if they pull off a shot here and it goes in, gets it to 17. Is that right? 17 points with 13:45, 13:50 left. Shot clock violation there.
And they won't even get a shot off. So West Oaks has it up 19.
They're still fighting. Got to appreciate that. Everybody in the stands here trying to guard.
And still plenty of time left for the Rock. They were here last year. They know what it takes to win. Williams couldn't handle the rebound on the baseline, so the Rock gets it back down 19.
Coach Atkins and West Oaks are seeing the other side of shooting it so well. In the first half, your kids get complacent where all they want to do now is settle for jump shots, and he's begging them to take the ball to the rim and let's get some movement because you can't settle. Oh.
A steal by Krasevich.
Another steal.
Gives it right back to Young. Young in trouble.
Looking for a 10.
We're going to get a jump ball as Krasevich tied up Williams.
I thought we might have gotten a 10-second count there. That's what I was worried about for the Rock.
West
Ball
Oaks.
goes to West Oaks.
Yeah, they forced the turnover anyways. There's Ananik out on the perimeter. The runner drawing the foul. Couldn't get the roll, but she'll step to the line for a pair.
That's what Coach Atkins has been over there begging for, though. He's been begging for the ball to go to the rim.
And we haven't seen a whole lot of that in the half-court set. It's been a lot of threes for West Oaks and then a lot of leak-outs for layups, but not a ton of penetration and shots around the rim.
Well, Coach has been begging. I've heard Coach Atkins make it a point on several trips and been rather frustrated with people settling, so strings both free throws there.
Gives West Oaks the 21-point lead they had at the half. 5 minutes and change gone by here in the second half. And the Rock will keep it with an inbounds play.
A little in and out move there.
Riley Guzman airballing the three. She's been off tonight. Second leading scorer for the Rock. No one has really been that hot offensively.
Though, once again, the Rock made the right pass to the corner three-point shooter. Just need one to fall.
That one doesn't for Williams.
Nope. I tell you what, the young lady who got the rebound there, I believe her last name's Claire. Is that right? Claire?
Chairs, I believe.
Chairs. She seems to be in the right spot at the right time. Always getting her hands on balls, rebounds, stuff like that.
Gave the Rock an extra opportunity, but unable to convert. Stays a 21-point lead for West Oaks with the basketball. Krasevich dishing out. And a deep two drained by Rachel Leclerc. press back on, and a deflection from Leclerc. The Rock will inbound down 23.
You know, I'm a little shocked right here, up 23, 11:57. Pace is pretty good. A little surprised Coach Atkins would come out and press there, not because of the score, just thinking about if you're ahead, you're in control. You know, it looked like early in the game he was trying to rest legs for tomorrow. Maybe my theory was wrong. Maybe he had another plan. Does a fine job, so sure there was a plan there, another plan.
The winner of this game will play in the championship tomorrow. Just about 24 hours. The Rock lost in last year's championship to Potter's House. And the Rock trailing by 23 in the second half here against West Oaks as they turn it over against the press. Potter's House, meanwhile, will be in action against DME coming up just after the conclusion of this one for our second half of the girls' doubleheader.
I can tell you this about the next one. You won't find two better dressed coaches. Michael Panaggio could be skinny tie night, I don't know. But Tony Bannister will be in suit, and it will be good, I guarantee you.
We've been trying to get Mike to dress like that when he joins us on the broadcast. Always styling on the sideline as Gracevich gets the finger roll.
Showing both sides of the game. Showed she scored at two levels, layup and three.
So West Oaks doubling up the Rock. They lead 50-25. And there's a travel committed by Adeyeye.
Well, I wish we had a camera right now. We could take over to Tony Bannister. He has arrived, and I tell you, he is looking sharp tonight.
Hoping his team will play equally as sharp.
He's ready. No doubt he's ready. You know, once again, a turnover by West Oaks with a little bit of pressure by the Rock. I've seen that a couple times. A little surprised by that with their guard play. Great steal there.
Oh, the steal and the finish for Martinez. And Martinez almost with another. Instead, they'll charge her with a foul. Bost able to get it across midcourt. The Rock down 27, their largest deficit of the night, and a bump foul called on the perimeter. Second foul this half on West Oaks after they reached double digits in the first stanza.
Great pass. Great pass. Great pass. Good finish there. Once again, they got her in one-on-one coverage and found her.
Pull up in the lane, off the back iron for Leclerc. The West Oaks keeps it. Three-pointer for Anna Nick, rims the hoop. And out of bounds on the rebound was Tanner Bost, just nothing going the way of the Rock.
Coach Bannister over here to join me, looking all dapper.
Final 10 minutes here of the second half. West Oaks trying to punch its ticket to tomorrow's championship. Turnaround shot good from the block by Grace Kabundi.
You know, good move right there, but I'm not sure if it wouldn't have traveled there. I thought she had to put it on the floor there, but great move either way.
West Oaks doubling up. The Rock once again, 54-27. Adeyeye with the floater and a little bit of a flex on her way back on defense.
Just to let everyone know in the building, she works out. All right, good strong move there.
She's having a much better second half, but it may be too little too late for the Rock. There's Gracevich with the bank. A deep two just inside the arc from the top of the key. She's into double figures tonight. Now West Oaks with a 27-point lead. Final 9 minutes. Three-pointer is good from the far side for Chase Williams. Gracevich, three-pointer halfway down, popped out, put back, no good for Kabundi, and then this time she does travel after getting the second rebound of the possession.
You know, got that rebound in a little awkward position with her body.
And Kabundi almost with the steal. Now she does pull it away. And Chairs may have hurt herself on the play for the Rock. Advantage for West Oaks in the number game. Leads to a three-pointer for Anna Nick, and then an injury timeout as Margot Chairs is still down in the backcourt after she collided on that loose ball with Kabundi. So that brings us to a timeout on the floor. 8:17 to go here in the second half. West Oaks with the big lead.
You know, you just hope she's all right. Hate to see a player go down.
She's up on her feet, but leaning on her coach, Craig Boss. Doesn't look like she can put much pressure on her left leg, and hopefully everything's okay for Margot Chairs.
Can't tell if it's her hip.
She'll limp her way to the bench with some assistance. DME with a great staff here that will look after her and make sure everything is okay with Margot Chairs and give her the right treatment. As hopefully it's nothing too serious for the Rocks forward. Well, West Oaks leading 56-32, 8:17 to go. The Rock will have the basketball down 24. Looking for a bit of a comeback of epic proportions. Adeyeye into the front court. Firing across the floor to Williams. Back to Adeyeye. Williams for three. No good. There's Bast with the runner. Never hit the iron. And it's rebounded by Kabundi. Leclerc on the baseline up top. Anna Nick. Floater in the lane is buried.
Good mid-range jumper there.
Foul called. Anna Nick reaching in on the press about 90 feet from the hoop. West Oaks leading by 26, keeping the full court press on with 7:20 to go. And a tie ball at midcourt as Gracevich got her hands in on there. The Rock will keep it and inbound at the stripe. We're under 7 minutes to go here in the first of 4 semifinal games at the SIAA tournament here in Daytona Beach. And you can watch all 4 games however you're watching this live stream. Another jump ball. This time West Oaks will get it as Adeyeye was tied up out by midcourt.
That showed signs of a football play. A little end around. Little reverse.
Just as long as they remember to put the ball on the floor. 58-32 is the lead for West Oaks. Wide open is Gracevich. The corner jumper too long. And the rebound goes out.
Really expecting there the tribute to North Carolina Four Corners. Run the shot clock down, and it's kind of what I was expecting there.
Saw quite a bit of that in the first half in the early going, helping West Oaks to build this lead.
Good tip from behind there.
We're under the 6-minute mark here in the second half, a 26-point lead. And we have reached the running clock stages, which is bad news for the Rock because they're running out of time. They turn it over, stolen away by Anna Nick. Up the floor to her sister Paulina, who finishes with the left hand. Well, those two have been excellent playing off of one another all game long and have helped build a 28-point lead. There's a steal for Leclerc. Ahead to Anna Nick. The elbow jumper bounces in. It's a 30-point lead as West Oaks pours it on here late in the second half.
Good pass.
Young got it knocked free from behind by the recovering Anna Nick. Well, as we look ahead, you can almost place West Oaks in the championship already. A 30-point lead here with just 5 minutes left. Without knowing the winner of the next game, Potter's House against DME, how do you see those teams matching up with what you have seen from West Oaks so far here tonight?
You know, you think from I haven't had the privilege of seeing Potter's House. I have watched DME play a couple games, and you think with the guard play of DME and the guard play that Potter's House has had in the past, you got to think they can handle the guards from West Oaks. Then it comes down to the post play. Which team's going to have the best post play. I think either team that wins the next game in West Oaks is going to be a great girls final.
Corner jumper, airballed by Leclerc. Putback try rejected as Epps gets her own rebound. Kick out. Paulina Nick with the pass inside stolen. She was trying to get it to Kabundi. And a foul call.
It's the right call. But I'm saying this, if you're West Oaks and you're Coach Atkins, you're going to get the win, it appears. But when you go in the locker room, you've got to talk about fouling. Because looking depth-wise, they got 9 players, 8 players. You've played the bench a pretty good bit today, your reserves. But you've got to be concerned about sending a team to the foul line as much as they've sent the Rock to the foul line. And I think if we were honest, if the Rock doesn't turn it over or the Rock has a better field goal percentage, I think we've got a ball game. I think right now we're sitting at a 10-point game.
Oh, absolutely.
Just because of the fouls. And I haven't heard Coach Atkins complain to the referees. Now, there may not be unhappy or whatever. He's just not showing us. But you can't foul this much, I don't think, and win a championship.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow as
I feel like I'm watching a team of Chuck Norris's. Chop. Judo chop.
the latest one since Adieye to the line. Just under 3 minutes here in a moment.
Chuck
left
Norris
in this
would
one.
be proud, though.
30-point lead for West Oaks.
What you are happy about is if you're Coach Atkins is, your team came in as the 1 seed, which puts all the expectations on them. Bullseye on their back, and they came in and they met expectations in game 1. They came out, they shot it well. The players who you expect to be leaders were leaders. So you got to be pleased with that if you're Coach Atkins. And I think if you're Coach Boss, your team, goes last week, wins the championship, comes in here. I'm not going to say they played bad. I just don't think they made any shots.
The Rock lost in the championship here in Daytona last year by 6 points to Potter's House. They won't get back there this year. It's West Oaks' turn as the runner is good to make it a 30-point game again with just over 2 minutes to go. And another foul inside, an and one for Adieye, who's playing hard to the final buzzer.
Had a very decorated career at the Rock. Always competed every time I ever saw her play. Just wish her the best of luck going on to future endeavors.
Tough way for the career at the Rock to end for Adieye and a couple other players. They've had excellent success at the school in Gainesville, but trailing by nearly 30 here in their final game this year. We're under 90 seconds left. West Oaks will cruise on to a semifinal victory as Nichols turns it over. Riley Guzman foul. And West Oaks with about 20 fouls in total for this game, getting back to that point. Really the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one, but otherwise they shot it well. They forced plenty of turnovers in the defensive end, and they're on their way to tomorrow's championship. Clock running inside of a minute. West Oaks up 24. Riley Guzman makes both free throws.
Got to be very pleased with your free throw shooting if you're Coach Boss.
Floater no good for Nichols. Here's Riley Guzman, 25 seconds left. Ahead to Tanner Boss. She's fouled. And these free throws will just about conclude this one. So the Rock able to make it look better in the box score here in the final minutes of this one, but they were down by more than 30 just a few minutes ago as West Oaks completely controlled this game. And that's going to do it Horn sounds before the free throw attempts for Tanner Boss. And West Oaks is going on to the SIAA Championship tomorrow here in Daytona against the winner of our next game, DME Sports Academy against Potter's House. Essentially a dominant victory tonight for West Oaks as they beat the Rock 64-41. They never trailed, and for the majority of the game led by 20 points or more.
Very, very pleased with both teams' effort. I think if you're Coach Boss, you look at this thing as, we just didn't make shots when we had open looks. Didn't play the game of basketball bad. I think if you're West Oaks, I think you look at it and you say, we shot it really well in the first half. Second half, we didn't shoot it as well. When they pressured us, we turned it over maybe a little carelessly. But at the end of the day, we can't foul. If we're going to have a chance to raise a trophy at the end of this thing, we can't foul as much as we did tonight against the Rock. So, 20-point lead, though, maybe it's hard to be disciplined and do that. So we got 17 minutes here before the next one.
Absolutely.
We'll see who West Oaks draws.
Looking forward to it. West Oaks beating the Rock 64-41. They're headed to the championship here tomorrow. Who they're going to play, we'll find that out soon. In about 15 minutes, we'll have the second semifinal game here on the women's side as DME will take on Potter's House right here from the DME Sports Academy in Daytona Beach. Right here on the same stream that you just watched, West Oaks beat the Rock. West Oaks wins 64-41. DME and Potter's House coming up in about 15 minutes here from Daytona Beach at the DME Sports Academy.